All right. We are live from New Jersey, Napa Valley, and Lake Oswego. We are kind of covering the whole map. I've got Travis Olson in Lake Oswego and Meg Ryan, the lovely Meg in Napa Valley. It's such a destination spot that so many I know come in and out of. And as Meg has recently joined the AnnieMac family, she's got a really cool story, and so does Travis. And the theme of this Facebook Live today, I had it on my heart to really share from the inside out on how we've moved some major mountains in our lives. And, Megan, her previous company, before she closed that chapter and started with us for 12 years. And that's a really big deal. We very much appreciate you trusting us with your future. And I know that you're big fans of the folks that you've worked with, and it's got us to where we're at today. So, as mortgage loan originators and realtors and my friends and family and people in your circles are watching this, I want everybody to understand the impact that you can make in their lives, and also how people can contribute to your growth and tie into your lives. First off, Travis Olson, regional, out in Lake Oswego in the Pacific Northwest, building in multiple cities and states. Trav, I have loved working with you for the last year, and you officially just had your 1-year anniversary with us like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't even know, Kelsey, when it was, but it was, I know that I was sitting in a hotel room in New Jersey when President Trump went on the air and said that there was no more international travel, and thinking I was going to be renting a car and driving from New Jersey back to Lake Oswego. So, it's been a year, and it has been just a whirlwind. It's been an amazing blessing. God works in mysterious ways in our lives and puts us in front of people at exactly the right time. And I remember when AnnieMac first entered my radar, and I was like, who's AnnieMac and why AnnieMac? And there was just something that was inside me that said, you need to listen. And I did, and every meeting got better than the last. And I met the amazing leadership team, and just fell in love with the culture of the organization, and then was just absolutely wowed with the resources and the tools that we have as an organization to really elevate our originators into, the next 10 years of their careers. So yeah, it's super exciting. And then, you look back and it's been a year and we've had some amazing successes. We've got some amazing stories. And Meg is one of them. And I just feel so blessed to have her and her team joining us. And plus, who doesn't want to have an excuse to go visit Napa for a business trip, right?
Oh my goodness. So Meg, where were you born and raised out there too?
I wasn't. No, I'm originally from Southern California. And my mom moved up here about 15 years ago. And, the first time we visited, it's like, that's the place we need to end up. And last year gave us the opportunity for that to happen. So we love it, and we welcome all visitors.
Oh, so special.
Yeah.
What's it like for the two of you? As Travis, you are in Oregon and Meg is in Napa, and not that it's super far, but you guys aren't down the street. What's it like for you, Megan, having Travis as a leader and onboarding to a new company and doing it kind of remotely? How has that experience been as far as just support and communication, and any tips and tricks you can give some people that are in the same situation as you?
I think that the whole situation with COVID really taught us how well we can work virtually in general. But as far as the transition has gone, I've said multiple times that I feel like people are with me, holding my hand every step of the way. I mean, there is just not 1 minute or 1 second of, what am I doing? What am I supposed to be doing? There is someone there, talking to you, having a meeting with you, texting with you, and showing you what needs to be done and how to do it. And so all of the fears that I had about what this looked like were erased day one. You guys really have like the secret sauce of transitioning your loan officers that takes that fear away. Because at the end of the day, we want to be able to take care of our clients, originate our business, and not feel like any steps are going to be missed. And I mean, I'm just so impressed.
I remember Meg called me one day and she's like, I've got a question and I really need to I really need to talk to an underwriter. Is that something I can do here? And I said, well, absolutely. In fact, let's do it together. And here's the person that we need to talk to. And I just think she was absolutely amazed that we could do that in today's market with the amount of craziness that's going on, that we have leadership within the credit and the underwriting department that will stop what they're doing and realize that they need to help us. They need to pour in us, and they're willing to do that. And it's pretty rare. It's pretty rare. Meg shared something with me that's always stuck with me. She said in her previous organization, and I certainly don't mean to point any fingers, but in her previous life, there was almost some PTSD involved because it's like you're not quite sure what you're allowed to do. And sometimes Meg will call me and she'll say, well, I can do this. And she almost like sounds like a 7-year-old saying, am I going to get in trouble, Dad, if I do this? And I'm like, Meg, no, do it. That is why we're here. That is why we have the support that we have.
Well, it's a dream world. I mean, it's a dream world. This is what it should look like. And this is how people should be able to run their business. And everyone says the grass isn't always greener. The grass isn't always greener. And so that's a fear that I lived with for all of these years is, I'd rather live with the devil I know than the one I don't. And, in my first week, I'm like, I want to scream from a mountaintop how amazing this process is, how everybody truly feels like a family and a team, and they all have the same desire to get your business closed as you do. And that's evident in the underwriters, picking up the phones and, anyone in ops and branch support calling you and how can we help you and how can we move things along. It's mind blowing that there's this much support to get your clients' loans closed. And so that gives you confidence.
I love the fact that exactly that is, you just took the words right out of my mouth. Meg said that she called me. I don't know when it was. We've had so many amazing conversations as we've been transitioning and building her and coaching her and kind of lifting her up. And it's important to understand. Meg wasn't a minor producer where she was before. She was a great producer. But to be able to join an organization and believe in the leadership and believe in the culture and believe in the ability in this market, changing market, to double your business because you've got the confidence of the team behind you. That is what I see and hear every time I talk to Meg. She believes in herself and she believes in what we have to offer. And that is a powerful tool.
You have to have that as an anchor. And you mentioned the word fear, Meg, where, the grass maybe might not always be greener. And it is the unknown. And, you two, I've shared this with my family. I've shared this with my friends. I'm like, I got these 2 faith drivers in my business on my team on the West Coast. Every morning almost, we send each other little snippets out of our daily devotional that Travis actually got us the same book. And, we have that fellowship, we have that community. And I think to the point of, it doesn't matter if you're on the West Coast or if you're in Texas and someone's in Washington State, you get to today's world with tech, with social, with this way you can break through that isolation. And notes before our call, as I call you guys kind of our faith drivers, and following that calling and listening to that voice in your heart. Let's be honest, like, our job is not always rainbows and butterflies. And we have to bet on ourselves. We have to have grace and compassion and trust what we cannot see. And, every building block that we set ahead of us, we don't know if it's going to be solid ground. But guess what? We still take those steps. And sometimes we fail. And I wrote here in big letters, fail often, because, we're going to constantly learn from that. So I think one of the biggest things that I've learned is in life and in business, when you fail often, you're going to learn it. You can't fail permanently, right? You fail one time, And guess what? You can fail forever if you choose to never do it again or get back up again and try again. So, as we're kind of building out our spiritual muscles and getting out of our own comfort zone and our own heads, something I know that you both have done so well is protecting your purposes and realizing that we are in control of how we react and being proactive versus always reactive. Trav, something that I see you do often in daily in practices of your routines and habits is assessing and making sure that, okay, I'm taking moments to pause and reflect and listen. You're also a very good listener. How has that, doing those practices on a daily basis and diving into the scripture and diving into just, voices within, how has that helped you on a day-to-day basis with firefighting and being a business leader?
That's a great question. And it's a key part. And talk about, failing forward. That is not something that I've always been able to do. As a producer and running, $80 to $90 million teams, it's funny how you learn through trial and error, and you learn through making mistakes, and you have a choice when you make those mistakes. You can take what you've learned and you can tuck it away, and you can remember, to pull that out when you need it so you don't make the same mistakes. And I think a lot of that comes with, for me, a lot of that came with setting my pride aside. It's come with years. You'd never guess it, but at 38, it's taken me a little bit of time to get here. Failing forward and learning from those mistakes, but then also understanding that the true gift that I've been given in some of the mistakes that I've made has turned into one of the biggest offerings that I can provide to my people. Because if I can share those mistakes and move them forward, purpose has no boundaries. I can take that purpose and I can share it with Meg. I can take that purpose and I can share it with David Wilcox in my Lebanon branch. And they may be mistakes that they may not have made. And hopefully they haven't in the past. And going forward, hopefully they don't make them. So it's taking that and having enough grace to understand that we all make them. It's just whether or not we're willing to share them and investing those challenges that I've had in the past in other people, because that truly helps elevate them. And then the other thing that I love about it is it tells them that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail. Where we get ourselves in trouble is when we try to pretend like they don't happen, or when we try to cover them and hide them up. And to me, I think with my faith, one of the biggest gifts that I've been given over the years is understanding that it's okay. And we're going to make mistakes. I love the analogy of like Damian Lillard shooting three-pointers, because I'm obviously a big Blazer fan. But, the reason the guy makes so many three-point shots is because he misses so often. He has the confidence to shoot. And I want my people to have the confidence to shoot. I want Meg to have the support behind her to know that she can pull the trigger when she needs to, and she's going to be able to deliver to her clients. Because, man, there's nothing more inspiring and peaceful to be able to know that you can do that, and then have the confidence to know that the team behind you is going to be able to help.
Yeah, and you're not doing it alone.
Right.
That Megan, as we've spoken, it's so cool. So Meg actually sent me a Facebook message, and she had watched one of my videos, I think, right, Meg? And
I watched you for a year.
Wow.
I watched and listened for a year. Yep.
Wow. So what were some of the things that, and again, I'm just thinking for the hearts and minds of the producers watching this, what were some of the things that were running through your head? What were you seeking? What were you searching for? What was missing?
So, a lot of people talk. They have a lot to say, and they promise you the world. And I wasn't looking for that. I was looking to match what my core values are with a company that had the same core values. And, you know, I watched you on social media for a year and all of your videos, and you have always just been so genuine and honest, transparent, and you really walk the talk. And you show up every day and you're consistent. It was never a sales pitch. It's consistency. And that was what I was looking for in my business. So, you know, I'm a big believer that if God wants you to do something, he'll give you the peace to do it. And I just had this complete peace about reaching out to you and looking at what those next steps were. And then it turned out to be everything that I ever dreamed of. And it still is, right? It wasn't just a sales pitch like everyone, you know, you're going to move over and the ball's going to drop. This is just a honeymoon period. And it hasn't been. It's been the dream life that I imagined for my business. And had I not taken that step to move forward in total fear, right? Even though I had the peace that this was the right decision, it's scary. It's scary to change when you are comfortable in what you're doing. And you know, I closed over almost 50 million last year. That's not nothing, but I want more. I could be content and say, well, that's good, but I know that I want to have more in my life. I want to be able to give more, serve more, and I needed the tools and the heartbeat to help me provide more to my clients and my referral partners. And you guys offer that. I mean, there's no one else doing what you do.
Oh, you get me emotional over here. You know, it's so cool because, you know, you talk about the heartbeat, right? We're the heartbeat of our communities, our business. We're a big piece of it. We're not the only piece, but putting people into homes, helping them during this process, holding their hand, educating them, calming fear, solving problems, because guess what? You might bump into some speed bumps. Travis, I know you had your first tattoo artist that you helped out the other day, and that was a little bit of a tricky loan, but you got it done. And
I was so proud of my team for that. Yeah. I mean, I got to give 100% credit to my team ops lead and Josh Van Thiel in my Lebanon branch, because what they went through to get that loan done, and then the help of Randy Dubois in our underwriting department, it was a team effort. And it was bizarre, the stuff that we went through to get this loan for this guy. And as he boarded an airplane to go on vacation, he reached out to the team and he said, guys, I couldn't be more impressed. And that, you know, to me, that's a huge victory, because we just changed that guy's life. I think he'd been declined by 2 or 3 different banks. And that, to me, is why I do what we do. Or I love what we do. We change lives every day.
And, you know, we're building, we're growing, we're expanding. So, you know, we've got some incredible folks on the West Coast looking to join. We've grown. Team Travis, you started with how many people, and how many do you have today?
I don't know. I think we started with me, with 2 people. And I mean, talk about a leap of faith right in the middle of COVID. And I think we're up to 15 right now. So we're growing very responsibly. We're growing with intention. We're growing with grace. This isn't ever been about a numbers game for us. And I want to give a ton of credit to Vince Ingui and, you know, Paul Zinn and the guys that have supported us in our growth. And these guys believe in what we're doing. They believe in our mission. And, you know, just this morning I heard on my amazing sales ops call that we had people rolling up their sleeves and figuring out ways that we could change lives. That's how I know I'm at the right company. That's how I know I'm with the right family, because we didn't spend 2 hours talking about numbers and units, because it's bigger than that. It's absolutely bigger than that. We're talking about how we can, you know, maximize our resources, how we can make sure that our sales and support team have what they need, and that as we go into this crazy market in 2021, that we're properly aligned. It's awesome.
Yeah. And, you know, it's having those folks steering the ship, right? Because the 3 of us, we have different functions, right? I am feeding the company. I am building the machine. I'm across the nation. You know, I am supporting our branches. Meg, you're supporting the community and your referral partners and your clients. Trav, you're doing a little bit of both. Trav, if you could share, you know, as you have been building out these markets, what are some of the things that are those it factors? What is different? A piece of tech, a tool, something that's agents, top producers stop and say, whoa, let me hear more about that. What's shining?
Boy, there's so much. The things that, and I'd really like Meg to share on this topic as well, but some of the things that have really popped out to me and always stuck out to me that set us apart from our competition. One is AnnieMac Works and what we can provide to our agent partners in the form of true, very sustainable opportunities for them to go out and grow their business. And there is so many different pieces that go into AnnieMac Works, from the video brochures that we can do to all the different designations we can offer our agents, to the training and the coaching. In the past organizations that I've been involved with, everybody talks about we're planning on building this. It's on the radar. Well, when I sat down with Russ and his team from Works before I joined AnnieMac over a year ago, and I listened to the stuff that has been in place, the foundation is built, and it's been going for like 6 years, and they're knocking the ball out of the park. For us to be able to take that and plug it into our market and the agent partners that we work with, to me, that was super powerful. The tech stack was amazing. With what we can offer our originators as far as a machine that is churning behind the scenes and bringing business and bringing interaction and bringing data to our computer screens, because data and is knowledge in this business. When the more we know about what our clients are doing and how they're spending and the needs of our clients, the more beneficial we can be as originators. And if we have the information, we often talk, Kelsey, about us having almost like a relationship with our clients as if we're almost physicians, where the client comes in, we diagnose what's ailing them or what their pains are, and then we make a prescription, or here's the steps that we're going to take to make you feel better. It's no different with what we do, with what Meg does every single day. We listen
Dr. Meg.
and we prescribe. And I know that's how she runs her business. So I'd love to get Meg's take on that, because I know she had tremendous resources available to her at her previous company, but I would love to know what, other than my smiling charm and personality, what wooed you to join us?
Yeah, when Kelsey asked the question to you, I'm like, oh, you got to let me go on this one. Like, I'm ready to go, right? This is the question I want to answer, because the marketing is amazing, right? The rates are amazing. The comp is amazing. And all of that matters. But to me, I started in ops in this business, and the most important thing was the process. And so I'm sure when you guys first started to talk to me, you're like, why is she asking all of these questions, right? Most people are probably really concerned with the marketing, and it's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. It's so exciting to be able to offer it. And I'm getting loans and I'm not even doing anything now because of the systems that I've implemented that you guys already have in place. But the most amazing thing to me has been the process of, once we get a loan in, what does it look like? And it's important that our clients are taken care of, and the people on the inside know the lengths that we went to originate that business, and how much we care about taking care of our clients, and then making sure they have that same, feeling all the way through. And so the processing is amazing. That underwriting, we joke that it's too fast. Because
I'll never forget, Meg called me one time and said, Trav, and she was a little bit flustered, and she's like, I'm not ready. And I'm like, well, what do you mean you're not ready? And she's like, these milestones are moving too quickly. Yeah. Things are moving too fast. I'm not used to this.
It is. It's seriously, we submit a loan the next morning, it's approved. And, there aren't a ton of overlays. So the conditions list is cleaner, which makes it a lot easier for our clients. And I'm about customer service. So I want to offer the best loan process that my clients have ever been through. I want them to come out on the other side from a difficult process and say, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And so to be able to offer that and have the confidence that we can close loans in, 14 to 21 days with confidence, and that's not requesting a rush on something. That's just what you guys do naturally. For it to be easier on the clients, for underwriters to pick up the phone and call and say, hey, how can we make things better for you? Like, what? I mean, it really is, everyone works as a team, and they all have the same desire and common goal. And you feel that everyone is a family. And so really to be able to know that I can double my production, triple my production, and it's going to get done. And I just get to spend the time getting more business, right? Not trying to get through what I have. It's a dream come true. It is.
That is something that I love. And thank you so much for saying that, Meg, because it validates that things are working. But, my goal as a regional and a supporter and a partner of Meg's is to keep her in her lane and let Meg's gifts that God's given her be used to her greatest ability. And that is not being stuck in a file. My friend Carl White has, when he evaluated my business not long ago, he said, Trav, you spend too much time focusing on the what and not the who. And I want to let that sink in for a minute, because you really have to think about it. Focusing on the what and not the who. It's like you're spending too much time focusing on what is going on inside your file, as opposed to who are we going to bring alongside you to help focus on those things so you, Trav, can stay in your lane. And I feel the same way with Meg. And I think we've done a good job, and we've got some amazing plans in place to supplement her team, which is going to allow her to stay in her lane. And she has 2 lanes as far as I'm concerned. It's spreading what she is doing and spreading herself with her clients, but then also sharing the AnnieMac message and helping me recruit and grow, because her message is special. And her message is very, very captivating to the right audience, and to the audience that frankly belong at AnnieMac. And not everybody does. Not everybody's going to be a fit, but the ones that are a fit and that will listen to the things that Meg shares and they say, yes, I am missing that today. Those people, it's our responsibility to share what we have with them.
Well, you know what? One of the secrets that no one's touched on or talked about is time, right? If you're a producer, you are spending your time originating business, taking care of your clients. If you need staff, you have to hire them, you have to bring them in, you have to train them. If you want to recruit and bring in other loan officers, you have to do all of that, right? And then where's your work-life balance? You don't have that because your time is just depleted. And that's one of the things that it's an unexpected surprise coming here, was the amount of time I was given back in my life. Because there's so many systems and processes in place that, you guys are like, hey, you want to bring someone on? We'll hire them, we'll train them, we'll do all of the work, and they're just going to plug and play in your life. We're going to take your files and move it forward. We're going to put the marketing in place to bring in more business. So you have the time to do all of the things that you desire to do, and you get to have dinner with your family at night and spend time with your kids on the weekend and maybe take a vacation. And so, if you want to do it all, you think, how can I? But really, you guys give us the tools to be able to do everything and have the time to do it. And still be able to have that personal time that a lot of people don't get to have in our business. We're all slaving night and day and weekends, and you're waking up from your surgery in the hospital, answering your emails, but that's all been given back to me, and I'm so grateful for it. And I just know that there is someone out there that is missing that. And so time is really precious. And I thank you guys for the opportunity to be able to have that.
I love that you have that. And I can't tell you how special it is to hear it, because I can preach it all day long. You're living it. And, you're coming in with, now you're going to take that 50 million and get to 100 million and still be able to have that same amount of time, where so many people think, wow, if I doubled my business, I'd have no life. And that's Travis's job. That's my job, to make sure that you are constantly at a scalable pace. I kind of want to talk about a myth buster real quick. And I'm in Jersey, and I'm on calls all day. And a big part of my business plan is building in the Pacific Northwest and also all over California. And a lot of producers will say to me, well, I'm just not comfortable with an East Coast company. Time zones, your different types of loan products, different zoning, things that are just different, right? So, as you have been clearly implemented into our world, working on the West Coast with an East Coast based company, and you can be totally real and honest here, because again, this is the inside edge. This isn't just a perfect picture world. What are some of the things that you've noticed that either AnnieMac has adapted to or already had in place or needed to tweak? Was there anything that from a layout standpoint that you needed that was put in play?
Man, not really. I mean, I'm not a morning person. So a lot of people are like, oh, if on the East Coast, you wake up early, things are moving forward. I was concerned about that. But I'll tell you, someone is always available. Nothing has missed a beat because of a time zone. In fact, because people have a head start on you, oftentimes, you get into the office and things are already done. And so I've actually really loved that because it's helped us get ahead on our day. And there's never not been a time where someone hasn't been available. The fact that you have the branch support teams that are dedicated to someone like myself. We have Nick, he's amazing. Like there's an entire human that is available to the loan officer, branch manager, processor to help answer all of our questions. That's there, feet on the ground, running around. And we don't have to spend the time looking for who we need to go to. And so I think that you guys have answered that problem by the branch support that you have in place to be able to help guide us through those things. So time zone has not been an issue at all.
Super cool. Well, shout out to John and the rest of the crew. I mean, like you said, you're working directly with Nick. It's been very intentional, the way that we build out these pods, the branch support pods, and being able to have the liaison and the bat phone, right? You call, someone picks up, and having that hotline and doing it the best we can as far as with COVID restrictions. Typically, we'd be in the office with you, setting you up, but we've had to adapt. And
I think that's really important, Kelsey, and I do think that we need to give a shout out to Nick Katichia and Nicholas Palma and Krista and her whole team, because those individuals, they're kind of like I think you've heard me say this before, they're like a warm blanket. When we transition teams over, those branch liaison people are critical. We've got our local support, we've got everything that we need to be efficient, but what Nick and Nicholas and the team at corporate have done is they've given us that communications, that they are the people that we go to pretty much for everything. And they have no work hours. I mean, talk about life balance. Sometimes I feel for them, because I can email Nick or Nicholas at 7 or 8 o'clock my time, and they get back to me. Those branch liaisons, as part of the transition team that we've put together, Johnny A and his team who leads all of our transitions. When we bring teams on board, they dedicate themselves to making sure that we transition, and we transition efficiently, and that we transition with grace. Because frankly, we can spend, Kelsey, as we can spend years talking to recruits, years. And if we don't deliver on the promises that we've made during transition, not only do we have egg on our face, we run the risk of all that investment time being lost. So, that team, they are cashing the checks that we're writing every day. They're fulfilling the promises. They deserve a ton of credit.
Yeah, no, that's so well said, and I'm glad you guys brought that up. I think as you guys are in this season, we are in this season, where we're going to be next year at this time, we're going to have evolved and learned and continue to apply ourselves. Meg, share with us what's on the goal sheet for 2021 and even just 5 years ahead. Where do you see your team evolving, right? Speaking things into existence, the affirmation. I'd love to use that power.
You know, like I said, I was happy with almost 50 million. I want to go after 100 million. That's a personal goal of mine. And now I have the tools in place to be able to do it. But most importantly, like I want to share how amazing this is with other people. And I've never had the confidence to be able to do that in the past. And so really, I would love to be able to grow the branch and bring on new loan officers and share in all of the goodness and help show them that they can also double their volume and help them grow, because really my heart is one of service and in everything that I do in all aspects of my life. And so I want to be able to share with others. And I'm looking forward to that growth with Travis and with you and on the West Coast. It's coming.
It's coming. I love it.
Yeah, it'll be neat to sit here a year from now, Kelsey, and see where it'll be neat to sit here 12 months from now and see where we're at. This is going to be $1 billion region, and we're fast on our way there right now.
We really are.
I think I have huge aspirations and goals for Meg. And she and I talk about them on a regular basis, but she's far too talented and far too gifted for us not to really come alongside her and help her spread her wings and share the things that she has, because people are just attracted to what she gives. And if we talk about this all the time, when we sit down and we talk about our recruiting and our growth, and we really talk about our people, and Kelsey and I remind ourselves often, what are we looking for? And when we talked about it, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, and I said, I want 10 more Megs. I want 10 more Megs. That's what I want.
True statement.
And I will be the most blessed person in the world, because she is a rare find. But I also believe that when we have leaders like her in place, that other similar leaders will be attracted to that. And I'm super excited about that.
Oh, we got a team, hashtag Team Meg. Woo! And I love that you talk about pouring into others and helping others get there too, because what's the point of rising to the top if you're alone? And, when we can make that impact and pour into others, I know there's a gal that Elise was just tuning in who has her own side business, and she reached out. We were elementary school friends. And she was like, I want some tips and tricks on social. And Meg, I know even just getting on video wasn't comfortable, and it's not something you do all the time. And, Travis, it's really been amazing to accompany you along this journey. So for those referral partners that are in and around the Napa Valley, Lake Oswego, just in Oregon, California, and surrounding states, like this is your go-to team. This group isn't only just going to provide you great rates, great products, great service. Sometimes like they're going to pour their hearts and souls, but also be able to create new avenues of business for you that you didn't originally have. So I encourage you to lean into them, ask how they can help differentiate you against your competition, what kinds of designations and technology that we have at our fingertips to give to you at no cost. And especially broker owners, I want you guys to lean in as we're coming up against, margin compression, and, you need to be focused on purchase business loan originators out there. And if you've got a heavy book of refis, we can help you scale that purchase business and make sure you're not going backwards in the years to come, and that you're continuing to follow that trajectory upward as you kind of are spreading your wings and making sure you're in the right places at the right times. We talk about casting a wide net often, and not just that falling on your shoulders, falling on our company's shoulders to make sure and guarantee that you're going to experience that growth. And, we've got a whole path on how we help you do it and lean into us. So guys, this was so special. If you are a loan officer watching this and you want just some support, like if you can't tell, this group just wants to collaborate, and we'll advise you on what you can do at your current company. It's not just about AnnieMac. And, I love to end the inside edge every time by picking a word that describes your current state, your year, the theme of the day. any word that just speaks to your heart and you want to bring it to life. What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Well, I have more than one word, but it's a quote, and it was the only thing I wrote down when I was praying about this morning. But it's the price of your new life is your old one. And to me, it's you have to go after what you want. We only have one life. We all deserve to live it in the best light possible, and you can have it all. You truly can.
Oh, that's beautiful. I have goosebumps.
That's really good.
That's really
That's
good.
really good.
And when you think about fear, like you have one life to live, just jump into it. There's no risk. You've got air in your lungs and you can make it happen. I love that. How about you, Trav?
You know, I've changed my word like 5 times while Meg was talking. But I think my word is stewardship. I have been given a tremendous responsibility to share amazing opportunities for a wonderful company. And I need to be a good steward of what I've been given and the opportunity that I have in front of me. And the only way that I'm going to be able to do that is by aligning myself with people like Meg, people like David Wilcox, people like, you know, just the teams that we've brought alongside us as in this growth. So my responsibility is to be a steward of the gifts that I've been given and to live without fear and share this message. And if it attracts people, great. If it turns people away, then that's okay. And I'm fine with that, because the people that we want to draw in are going to listen to the message and they're going to say, yes, this is missing in my life. And if it's not missing in your life, that's okay. But if it is, then it's my job to share it with you. And I don't care geographically, anybody that's listening on this call, I don't care where you're at. I don't care if you're in the middle of New York City. I don't care if you're on the East Coast somewhere. We have got phenomenal regional leadership throughout the entire company. Reach out to me, reach out to Kelsey. We'll put you in contact with Matt Rowan or Tommy Mills or Joey Ingwe, leaders that are far more, that are wonderful leaders, guys that I look up to. We have got tremendous resources. So I encourage you to reach out.
Stewardship. I love that. I think my word is really compassion. Having compassion for other people's speed of life that they're at, the lanes that they're in, the endurance that they're building, the hard work and grit that they put in, just having compassion. Everybody's always going through a battle that we know nothing about. And, you know, and then there's some that we do know their battles. So I just pray on my heart to lean into those and have compassion throughout your day. And I am so thankful for both of you as we have created such a tight circle, 3 of us, and continue to rise. So guys, this was so special. So many amazing folks tuned in and commented, and you know, Jimmy and Emily and Michael and Vincent and Todd. I see you watching, my friend. You must be so proud of your beautiful wife, and I'm grateful for you guys so much. So thanks for tuning in with me today.
Todd, Todd, if you're watching, you're in our prayers, buddy. Heal up. We love you, and we're praying for you every day, man.
Amen. All righty.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for being a part of it.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.